guys, I hope you're doing well. So in this episode we're going to discuss about the second chapter of Sutra Stana, that is APAMARGA TANDULIYA ADAYAYA. So in APAMARGA TANDULIYA ADAYAYA, why it has been explained as the second chapter is important. So in Dirgha Jivityam Adhyayam, they have explained about all those various ways by which we can maintain health in order to improve our lifespan. So in this second chapter, what Charaka has done is he has explained all those antar parivarjana chikitsas. So the giving aushadhi inside and curing the patient, all those treatment has been given in Apamarga Tanduliya Adhyaya. So why Apamarga has been mentioned first is also very important. So Apamarga is considered as one of the best drug for Shirovirechana, and we know Shiras is Uttamanga, right? So Shiras is considered as Uttamanga. That's why Apamarga has been explained first, so that you have to remember. So in this chapter there is very minimal topics, and we are going to explain only the important points. If you need a quickie, you can follow my Instagram page, but if you need a complete explanation, you have to come back to YouTube. So if you have not subscribed my channel yet, please do it as soon as possible. So let's now discuss the chapter. So in this chapter they have explained many antah parimarjana chikitsas. So in this chapter, so first we are talking about Shirovirechana dravyas. So if you talk about Shirovirechana dravyas, there are 25 Shirovirechana dravyas, and we know that Apamarga is considered as the best Shirovirechana dravya in this chapter. Next, talking about Vamana Dravyas. So these numbers play a very important role, especially when you're studying for AIAPGET. These numbers are important, and you have to know the reasons. So main exam, if you considered your theory exams, I don't this not much weightage is given here. You have to just know the Yavagu Yukti, which we'll discuss later, but for now you remember the numbers, that's enough. So Shirovirechana Dravyas there are 25, Vamana Dravyas there are 10, Virechana Dravyas there are 17, and Astapana and Vasana Dravyas there are 29. So Shirovirechana Dravyas, obviously you know, it is for the purpose of Shiro Rogas. Shirovirechana is nothing but Nasya. The Shodhana Nasya is called as Shirovirechana. So all those drugs have been mentioned. So there are total 25. Then Vamana drugs. Mainly Vamana is done for Amashaya Gata Rogas. So if there is dosha in the Amashaya, then the best type of treatment is Vamana. So for that, Charaka has mentioned 10 different types of dravyas. Virechana dravyas, there are 17 Virechana dravyas, mainly for Pakvashaya Gata Rogas. So in Pakvashaya Gata Rogas, we prefer Virechana, and Charaka has mentioned 17 of them. Next, coming to Astapana and Anuvasana. So Astapana and Anuvasana, obviously, to an extent even Pakvashaya Gata Rogas, including Udavarta, Vibandha, all these are included in Astapana Anuvasana. They are 29. So here you have to make a note of these two when you are studying for AIAPGET. This is very important. So anything which is very different, which is very peculiar, will be asked in the exam. So these kind of things you have to note down. So make sure you note down this. So Pippali and Ela. So Pippali and Ela have been mentioned for both Vamana and Virechana, and Pilu. So there's a slight spelling mistake, don't mind that. So Pilu has been mentioned for Virechana as well as Shirovirechana dravyas. So these two you have to remember. So Pippali and Ela for Vamana Virechana, Pilu for Virechana and Shirovirechana. Okay, so this much is done. Next we'll talk about next part, that is Yukti. So Yukti, so in theory exam, Yukti is very important. They might ask this for 5 marks or 3 marks, but when you're talking about AIAPGET, you have to just know where Yukti has been mentioned in Charaka Samhita. They can just ask the reference. So the importance of Yukti has been mentioned in this chapter. So I'll show you the textbook and I'll explain. So Matra Kalashrayo Yuktir Siddhir Yuktir Pratishtitaha Tishtair Parim Yuktignair So now we'll discuss the next important topic, that is Yukti Mahatva. So Yukti Mahatva has been explained in the 16th shloka. So when you're talking about AIAPGT exam, make sure you know this reference. But for the theory exam, this shloka is very important. Make sure you by heart this. Next, coming to Yavagu. This is a very important topic both for your theory as well as for AIPGT. So you have to remember that the total number of Yavagus which are explained by Acharya Charaka is 28. Among these 28, there are two types. 22 are Yavagu and 6 are Peya. So what is Yavagu, what is Peya, you should know. So Yavagu is basically the ratio where you add 1 part of dhanya and 6 part of water. But Peya is 1:14 of the same. So these things you have to remember. Next, talking about the next 6. So talking about the payas, 6 types of payas, there are 3 Atisara related payas, that is Pitta Kafaja Atisara Nashaka, Ama Atisara Nashaka, Rakta Atisara Nashaka, Pachana Grahana Paya, Vataroga Nashaka Paya, Mutra Krichra Hara Paya. So there are 6 types of payas. So make sure you learn these 6 names. These 2 points are specifically only for AIAPGT. So if you are looking forward for AIAPGT, make sure you note this down. So in Charaka Vimana Sthana 8th chapter, Acharya Charaka has explained that for Shirovirechana Dravyas, in Shirovirechana Dravyas, there is no Madhura and Amla Rasa. And in Charaka Vimana 8th chapter and Sushruta Sutra, they have considered both Vacha and Jyotishmati as Shirovirechaka Dravyas. This is all the points which are important for APAMARGA Tanduliya Adhyaya. So you make sure you read the Samhita once. That will give you a lot of knowledge, and use this video as a reference, as a revision video, so that you can brush up on your knowledge and improve your knowledge. All the best for your exams. Bye.